7.2 is a quadratic formula. Before you use the quadratic formula, you want to get your equation in standard form. That means you want to get it where it's descending x squared x, and then the number, and you want it equal to 0. Once you have it where it's equal to 0, then you know what your a, b, and c are. This would be the coefficient of the x squared, coefficient of x, and the c would be that last number. Okay, you're going to be able to plug these, a, b, and c, into the quadratic formula. And if you didn't already memorize this formula when you were at 114, you'll get it memorized by doing the homework now. Okay, so the b will go there and there, a will go there and there, the c will go there. And we're going to be practicing this. This will give you two answers, because you'll have this plus this divided by 2a, and you'll have this minus this divided by 2a. So it gives you two answers. These two answers will be the two places that your graph crosses the x-axis. That's what this gives you. When you solve for x, that's what it's giving you. Okay, so let's try this. What is the a?
1x.
The coefficient of this. 1. What is the b? And what is the c? 2. Now you're going to plug those in to your quadratic formula. And the best way to do this is to leave parentheses everywhere there's a letter. And then that's all over 2a. Make sure you put this all the way under it, not just under this part. This whole thing on top goes over 2a, not just that part of it. Now the a goes here and here. The b goes here and here. And the c goes here. So we have negative 8 plus or minus. 8 squared is 64. Minus 4 times 2 is 8. All over 2 times 1 is 2. So you have negative 8 plus or minus. 64 minus 8 is what? 56 over 2. We need to simplify the square root part. What is the biggest perfect square that will divide into 56? 4? 4 times what? 14? Okay, so this is 4 times 14. So we have negative 8 plus or minus. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 14 is all over 2. The only way you can reduce one of these is if all three of these will divide by the same. You can't just do 2 of them. It's got to be all three of these. Okay, so all three of these divided by 2. So divided by 2 is 1, divided by 2 is 1, divided by 2 is negative 4.
So the answer by itself is?
Negative 4 plus or minus. 1 times that, we just put that. Over 1, you don't have to put it over 1. Because it's the same thing. So this is your answer. This one, it's not in standard form, is it? Standard form, we need it equal to 0, so we need to
Can't you just do it?
do what?
Can't you just do negative 3b squared?
We want to keep it positive. It's better if you keep the A positive. You could, yeah. I like to keep A positive, but yeah, you could. So we have 3p squared plus 8p plus what? So A is, what is A? 3. B is, and C is what? So you write the quadratic formula. Okay, so we're going to have negative B plus or minus square root B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. A is 3. B is 8. And C is what? So we have negative 8 plus or minus square root of 64 minus 12 over 6. Negative 8 plus or minus, what is 64 minus 12? 52. Does 52 divide by a perfect square? 13 is not a perfect square. 4 is, yes. Okay, so we have negative 8 plus or minus square root of 4 is 2. Can we reduce that? We could divide by 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2. So we have negative 4 plus or minus 6 square root of 13 over 3. You can't do just 2 of them. It's got to be all 3 of these.
Don't you mean? No, that's
Right.
the 6.
No,
What is the 6?
I'm sorry, I looked up there, sorry. That's what, I looked up here above it. Okay, so we have negative 4 plus or minus square root of 13 over 3. Okay, everybody got that? Okay, solve this. 3x plus x, parenthesis, x minus 2 equals 0. So we need to distribute the x. X times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is minus 2x. Okay, so we can combine x's. We have x squared, 3 minus 2. Okay, we don't need the quadratic formula, do we? Can't we factor it? Factor x out.
Minus 1. Plus 1.
Plus 1. So set this one equal to 0, and this one equal to 0. So one of the answers is 0.